Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about a really cool language called Hutterite German. Sometimes it's also called Hutterish, but pronounced Hutterish. It's spoken by a group of people called Hutterites who live in special communities. Hutterite German is a type of German that's similar to what people speak in Bavaria, Austria, and parts of northern Italy. But it's also got its own special twists and turns, making it unique. These differences come from the Hutterites' long history and how they've lived kind of separate from other folks for a long time. Hutterite German is mostly a spoken language. That means people talk it way more than they write it. Because they talk it so much, they've kept some really interesting words and ways of saying things. Different Hutterite communities might say things a little differently, but even with those little differences, Hutterite German keeps them all connected, even if they live far apart. It's a big part of who they are, like a connection to their family history and what they believe. It's not just about talking, it's about their whole culture, how they share stories, keep their traditions alive, and stay close as a community. So, where did Hutterite German come from, you might wonder? Well, its story begins way back in the 1500s, a time of great change. Back then, a group called the Anabaptists started in Europe, and the Hutterites came from them. They wanted to be free to practice their religion, so they left their homes in what's now Italy and traveled through lots of places where people spoke German. As they moved, they picked up different ways of speaking German, kind of like adding ingredients to a big pot of soup. All this mixing of different German dialects created something new, a common language that everyone could understand. It's like when you and your friends make up your own secret language. This new mix became the beginning of what we know as Hutterite German today. Later, in the 1700s, Hutterite German changed again. It became more like the German spoken in a place called Carinthia. This happened because they spent a lot of time in areas that are now Slovakia and Hungary, where people spoke that type of German. You can still hear some of that Corinthian German in the way Hutterites speak today, even after all these years.
Miehil, wie viel Watt sollst du drehen? Das ist alright, du kannst den da rund machen, noch zweimal durch, dann kurz und kleiner Stück.
Jo, ich kann das do. Ich read mostly the German language, because our Eltern, they come from Austria and Germany right around in there. Så sie daher moved und mostly reden wir German, aber die Kids, when sie 6 Jahre alt sind, they go in der Schule und nehmen die English language, American language auf, was gut ist. Zwei languages kennen. It's good.
Today, you'll mostly hear Hutterite German in communities spread across Western North America. Lots of Hutterites live in Canada, especially in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Those places have tons of farmland, which is perfect for the Hutterites because farming is a big part of their lives. Many Hutterites also live in the United States, mostly in Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota. They moved there a long time ago, looking for religious freedom and new opportunities. In these communities, Hutterite German is everywhere. It's what they speak at home, at work, and at church. Kids grow up speaking it, learning from their parents and grandparents. That's how the language stays alive, passed down from one generation to the next. Even though only about 45,000 people speak Hutterite German, it's a strong and vibrant language. That's because it's such a big part of who the Hutterites are as a community. It's a language that survived tough times, like having to move a lot and people not always being nice to them. Today it faces new challenges, like everyone knowing more English and the world feeling smaller because of the internet. Hutterite German is mostly spoken, but they do write sometimes as well. For religious stuff, they use Standard German, which is like the official version of German. This helps them understand German grammar better and learn more words. It also lets them read important religious books and talk to other German speakers around the world. But English is a big influence, especially for kids. Since they live in places where most people speak English, they hear it all the time, especially at school. So, sometimes English words sneak into their Hutterite German conversations. The preservation of Hutterite German is key to preserving the heritage and culture of Hutterites. In Hutterite schools, children are taught Hutterite German from a young age. These lessons are not just about language, but also about instilling a sense of heritage and belonging. Community workshops and gatherings play a crucial role in language preservation. Elders often share stories and traditions, ensuring that the younger generations understand and appreciate their roots. The importance of maintaining Hutterite German cannot be overstated. It is a bridge to the past, a way to keep the community's history and values alive. Through dedicated efforts, the Hutterite people continue to cherish and protect their unique linguistic heritage. If you enjoyed the video, consider sharing it so others would also learn about Hutterite German. And check out our other videos after you subscribe to our channel. This helps our channel and motivates us to keep researching and sharing content with you. See you in the next one.